Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Routemaster show. Yes, it's on my channel tonight, Dave Say's channel, and we've got a whole host of guests and hosts with us tonight, and we're doing issue 120, and we're doing it live. So let's see who we've got for guests tonight. Are you ready? Hello.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Adrian.
Yes, it should be hopefully a good, exciting one tonight.
Yeah, should be, I reckon. Who else do you think we have tonight then? Right? Shall we go?
Oh, probably another name with an M.
Oh, okay, all right. Matt.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Routemaster show on Dave Say's channel. I bet he never thought this day would happen. So
I didn't, Mark.
Welcome everybody.
And welcome to you, Matt, too. And shall we go this person next? Hello.
Hello, Dave. Good evening, everybody.
Hello, Jolly Dave.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a cracking show tonight. 120, practically there. 10 more issues to go.
10 more, yeah. And well, we can't really do tonight without a superb builder, and we've got a superb builder, and here he is, Steve-O.
Hello, good evening. Looking forward to it. Done a few mods, bit of controversial on the old transfer, but I think we should have a very good show, and I'm looking forward to getting this part out the way.
Excellent. Thanks for that, Steve-O. And let's bring us all into the fold now. So, we've got a lot of chat going off as well. So we'll bring up some chat quickly if we can. So we've got Stuart Sullivan. Hi, sorry, missing the live stream. Catch up later. Stay safe, Stu. You stay safe as well, Stu. And Stu says duty calls.
Hi, Stu.
So, okay, hi, Stuart. And then there's me saying hello to everybody and hope you're all okay.
Hi, Dave.
Hello. There's Mark Mod saying hello, everybody. I hope you're all okay. Hello, Mark. And then there's the Hobby Show. Hello, everyone. So, hello, Hobby Show. And then we've got P40F20. Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Good evening, P40F20.
Good evening, P40F20.
And we've got Build with Adrian. Hello, everybody. So, hello, Build with Adrian.
Hi, Adrian.
Hello.
We've got and whoa, Yorkshire Crafter, Julie was watching your channel this afternoon with Penny. Fabulous, brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. I loved it.
Evening, Julie.
Evening, love.
And then we've got Christine there, my other half, of course. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying tonight's show. Hello, darling.
Hi, Christine.
And then we've got Dano Builds. Hi, all. Hi, Dano. I've got to watch your video, yeah. And then we've got, is this somebody new? No, this is Penelope's Pit Stop. Evening, all. And all hail the mighty Dave. Well, thank you very much indeed, Penelope's Pit Stop. And I think we should be hearing a lot more from you shortly, shouldn't we? P40F20, the dream team is on the air. Yes.
Yeah.
And then we've got Peter Whitlock. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Peter.
P40F20, looking forward to a cracking build from Steve-O. Well, it's a cracking build. So I think that's the chat brought up. So we'll bring up the chat a bit later on. Tonight we're doing issue 120 of Build the Classic Routemaster, and tonight Mark's going to be reading out the instructions, and Steve is going to be building, and we've got Dave, Geordie Dave, as a special guest tonight, and Adrian's going to be doing the sharing instructions on screen and messing around with the cameras. So, if we're ready, let's get going, shall we?
Okay, so this is issue 120 of the classic Routemaster, the last panel for the near side. So the last panel is fitted to the near side of the model, and then trim strips are fixed around it. This panel fits over the wheel arch. Okay, ready to do a parts check when you are, Steve?
Right. Well, we'll have to switch cameras because I'll explain when you actually say the first part.
Right. So part 120A is the side panel.
Now, as you can see, I always test fit everything before the show, and it clicked into place very well. It's obviously the instructions will tell you shortly what's happening, but it actually held in with no screws, no nails. It's clicked in lovely, and I decided I wasn't going to bend it to get it back out. So that's the part. It's metal. It's just exactly like the other ones, and there's a beading strip as well, which will go through that one with the transfer. I fitted that one, which we'll have a look in stage 4. But as you said, I just thought I'm not tempting fate. It's fitted lovely, so I've it's clicked into place. I don't want to remove it, so I will now go to the other camera, and we can do the check the parts.
We understand, Steve.
We certainly do.
Well, it's getting to the end now. It's getting to the end. I don't really want to start ordering parts or saying, "Oh, I wish I never did that."
Yeah.
I wish I never did this, or I shouldn't have done that. So.
Okay. So part 120B should be a side strip A173. And you can recognize it because it's got like an angle on the end of it.
Okay. So
yeah,
173, and you can actually see the angle,
yeah.
and that is painted red. And again, you can actually see how it's angled. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so part 120C is a side strip A174. Should have 2 holes either end of it.
Okay, so here we go again. Let's see if it picks up the number. The white balance. This one's not. It's reflecting.
Yeah.
Let's just see if I can.
Yeah, sort of see it.
It's 174 again. Just a piece of beading, and it's got red, and it's obviously got 2 holes at either end.
Okay, so 120D is a side strip A164 times 3.
Okay. So there they are. There's the 3. So I'll just, as you said there again.
Yeah.
164, and they're all red.
Yeah. Okay, so next part, 120E should be side strip A172 times 2.
So as you can see, 2 again.
Yeah.
172, and red in colour again.
Okay. So the next part, 120F, is the side strip A166. That's the one.
166. And that's red as well.
Okay, so next part, 120G, is side strip A169. And that again should have an angle on the end of it.
Let's see if we can get the right.
Yeah.
169, but you can actually see there's an angle.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is red as well.
Okay, so 120H should be a side strip A170.
Okay, and this is the nice wheel arch one.
The curved piece, yes. Wow.
Lovely.
Yeah.
170, and that is obviously painted red as well.
Yeah. And then the next part, 120I, is the side strip A171.
That's 171, and that's red. And that's red as well.
Yeah. The next part, 120J, is the side strip A168, and this should be the largest one of them all. Yeah.
168 again, and that's red as well.
Okay. The next part, 120K, should be a side strip A167.
Which is, it came in a little separate bag.
Right. That's tiny, yeah.
Very tiny, and it's again, it's red.
Okay. Now the next one, which is controversial, 120L, is a side strip A164.
All right, I think we've done A164. There should be two of them. Oh, sorry, three of them. I've got three.
Hang on. Yes, but this one should be. It should have the T on it.
Right, that was the one I showed you.
Yeah.
On the model, it was on the model, that one.
Ah, right. Yeah, that's where that is. Okay, sorry.
I showed you, and we'll have to. We'll go through on part 4.
Yeah. Okay, so the next is NM screws, 1.5 times 3 millimeters, and that is 64 red. Yep.
There we go.
64.
Yeah, there's quite a lot more beading in this one, isn't there, today?
Yeah, there's a lot of parts tonight. And then next is NM screws again, 1.5 times 3 millimeters, and there should be 2 gold. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So before we get started, while Steve switches his camera, do you want to catch up with chat, Dave?
Yeah, will do. Will do. And we'll go there. And Lucas 1945, evening all. The Motley crew is on the air again. Magic. Thanks ever so much for that, David. And we've got Marty McFly. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Marty.
And then we've got Mark Osborne. Evening all. Sorry, I keep put on the Facebook site the bits that I've missed or I've got wrong. That's perfectly all right, Mark. That's what the Facebook group is all about. If we can help you out at any time, we will do. Anyway, hello, good evening. Penelope's pit stop. Laughing out loud. You always make me smile, Dave. Yes, I finally got round to changing my channel name from Paint with Penny to Penelope's pit stop, as I'm now more building rather than painting. Yeah, well, that is such a lovely channel name, Penny. Penelope's Pit Stop. So obviously, if you're looking for Paint with Penny's channel, Paint with Penny is now called Penelope's Pit Stop. Her channel's called Penelope's Pit Stop. And what a brilliant channel it's going to be as well.
Yes, I agree.
So, Love Minis, hi all.
Hi, Love Minis.
Hi there, Minis.
And Penelope's Pit Stop says, that's very wise, Steve. While we would all love to see it placed in place, if it's tight, don't pull it out again. So, yeah, that's very wise, because obviously we don't want any bent panels or anything, do we? So, and then we've got Paul 61C70. Hi, guys. Hi, Paul 61C70.
Hi, Paul.
And then we've got Alex Demetrius. Hi, Dave. Like the haircut. Hi, Mark, Adrian, Dave M, and Steve. It's getting very exciting now. Looking forward to tonight's show, Dream Team. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
And then Penelope's Pit Stop. Wow, so small. So glad I didn't have giant hands.
Right, okay. So I know you've already done this, Steve, but I'll read out step one. Yeah. So position the panel 120A so that it sits over the rear wheel against the frame 99A. On the right-hand side, you will need to slip the panel under the lower end of the handrail, 54C. The steps down the left-hand edge of the panel match those in panel 119A. Ensure that the screw holes are aligned. Note, before fitting the panel 120A, ensure that all the screws in the frame 99A are fully tightened. Okay, so we'll move on to step two. So holding the panel 120A in place, position the wheel arch strip 120H marked A170 around the wheel arch, fix in place with 10 red NM screws circled.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of words just to say put a panel in place.
Yeah.
So as you said, when they put the panel in, it fits under the handrail.
Yeah.
There's actually the handrail sticks out slightly. It fits under there, and obviously it fits into the actual the panel we did last week. Mine's fitted in very well. So I'm not tempting fate. So here's the wheel arch. I'm just checking if it's yeah, it's all there. It's lined up proper.
Sorry, just before you put that on, Steve, whereabouts is the code for the part?
Okay.
Just so some people might want to know.
My code is it's the front again.
Right.
So the number is here at the front. Sorry. The number is here.
Right.
It can only go on one way, can't it, really?
Well, yeah.
It's one of them. Because if I put it on the other way, it's obviously they're not going to be painted. So let's have a look what I need to do. There's not much actual hole behind for the nail to fit in.
Right.
So the nail just
suppose once you get one in.
Yeah, once you're on there. Michelle. You need to bring this a little bit closer to me, I think.
You see, for me, I've just done issue 54, which was putting that rail on at the back, and
Right.
you guys are now putting the panel on for it. So it's just, yeah.
So, Jolly Dave, have you done this issue?
No, I'm up to issue 119.
Up to issue 119. Well, I haven't done this issue on Man or Christine's model yet.
I'm just getting this issue today, so probably get it done at the weekend.
Yeah. That strip you're putting on now, Steve, on Christine's bus is going to be some yellow. Because it has like
easy for you to paint, isn't it?
Has like a sun yellow trim round it, so that'll be an easy paint, yeah, because I'll paint it off the bus, obviously. And
Then you need to paint the screws as well, that colour.
yeah. Can't wait to get to that stage with Christine's bus because it'll just bring out everything. Just it will.
Nice and steady.
Yeah.
So on yours will just be the indigo blue, will it, dear?
Yeah, just be indigo blue on mine.
You see, the thing, the difference between a Yorkshire company and a London company is the Yorkshire company is going to do it the easiest way and more cost-effective way.
Yeah. Because we take the nose in Yorkshire.
Yeah. Are you doing the same again as you always do, Steve? Pushing the
I am. It's
the strip as you go.
I'm just trying to get the actual bean as flat as I can.
Mm.
And it is. You can feel it because the screws are pulling it in as well. But as you said, I'm just trying to make it so it doesn't. Trying to make it as flat as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic. Okay, so step 3. Position strip 120J marked A168 along the top of panel 120A beneath the lower deck. Windows. Check that all the screw holes are aligned. Fix in place with 10 red NM screws.
And again, for your parts check, the number's at the front.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Okay, so the number is at the front.
Wow.
You know, we've watched this through the few weeks before I've been doing this, with Steve being telling me that the numbers at the front, it's made me do the dead quick.
Mm.
I can just pick up the top, put that goes the front, do the what fits, brilliant, screwed in.
Just seems like it's like but they don't mention it on the instructions. It's like a cryptic clue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But they've never mentioned and said, look lads, you know, a bit of a tip here. Make sure the number's always at the beginning, at the lead-in.
Yeah.
It just makes it a lot easier. Since you've been telling me that, and I've been putting this on, it's made it a lot easier. Just follow it like that, and bang, it just went in.
Now that's what we're here for, isn't it? To make life easier.
Yeah.
We don't just excite, we educate.
Yeah.
Well, they try and make some instructions long-winded, and they forget about the most important bits.
Yeah. That's absolutely true, Adrian. Absolutely true.
Because the same instructions make sure that the hose line up. Like if they could have just said the numbers at the front so the hose would line up.
Yeah.
I mean, we've just seen it by accident, haven't we? We just oh, wonder what that. Oh, yeah, the numbers at the front again. It's just by, and then obviously each week now we just seem to be checking. Does the number match the front of the bus?
Yeah.
And we'll have to see if the offside does exactly the same.
Yeah. That might be the other way. The number might go at the back on that one.
Right?
Just as a weird sort of.
Yeah, that's true. It might do, mightn't it?
So it just says I've used a Harshett screwdriver because it's magnetized just to start each screw off, and then we use the famous Mark screwdriver to finish the job off.
I just magnetized the famous Mark screwdriver and used that.
Oh, so you can magnetize it, can you? Because
Yeah.
we were worried about because it was a small head.
No, you
I'm
can do
just
it.
kind of, sorry.
No.
I'm just kind of hoping that Mark gets some royalties off this screwdriver.
Now I'm watching this bean as well because it's clicking underneath those window pans.
Right.
There's a slight lip on those windows, so obviously for this reason, for this bean to sit underneath there. Okay, that's that done.
Okay, so moving on to step 4. Position strip 120L marked A164 vertically over the join between panels 119A and 120A. Check that the lettering London's Transport matches up and the screw holes are aligned. Fix strip 120L in place with 2 red NM screws and 1 yellow one in the middle over the letter T circled.
Right. So this is the one what's caused a few on Facebook. Now I've actually put a post on the group tonight. I've not used the yellow screw because it looks awful. So what I've done, I've used a black spur NM screw in just the spur black one, and I've actually painted the gold in the middle and left the black either side. So I've just put a strip in the middle.
Okay.
And I've used what Dave was mentioning last week, Tamiya, which is the X12 gold leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned that last week, and I thought, well, I've got a rose gold, so I had a go at that one. And I don't know if Dave wants to explain, but that's what we were discussing before. That's what you would look at the model if it was on a display.
Yeah. Generally speaking, if a model is on display somewhere, you can look at your model from what we call the 2-foot rule. So it looks good from 2 feet away, then generally speaking, it's going to look absolutely superb when it's on display. And you can hardly see that screw at all. I mean, yes, we know it's there. We all know it's there. We all know it's a darn sight better than what it was painted yellow. That's a fact, isn't it, Steve? So,
Yeah, as I said, I put the yellow screw on, or the gold, but you might as well paint the beading gold as well. So it's just to take your eye away. You know, as you said, if you're looking at the model from this distance, you won't know it's there because we're all looking at the T at the moment. We all know it's there. But once this model's been on display or with all the others, you know, if they line up, you're not going to notice that. And it's just a black screw. And all I've done is just put a little bit of gold paint just between the line of the T.
Superb. It looks absolutely superb.
So I just think that's a little mod there, which I had to get the gold leaf paint, which cost about $3.95, around that price. But I've got the other side to do, which they'll be doing the other side. So I rather like that than actually have a big yellow screw or gold screw straight through the middle of the T. What doesn't look right. I mean, you could use that gold screw and paint the sides black. You know, if you haven't got, you know, if you can't afford to get out, you've got black paint. Or I've actually used the black screw and left the black screw. Because the black screw doesn't really stick out as much. So, as you said, that's a thing for you to think about on that one. But that's why I did it this afternoon and I painted it. And I thought, well, I don't want to disturb the paint because it was soft paint. So hence, that's why on the parts check it was fitted.
Okay, well, just while we're on that subject, I'll just bring up the chat because there is a bit in the chat about that. And first of all, Mark Osborne says, Out Penny brings back memories of the old days. Well, obviously, Mark Osborne used to watch your channel in the old days. Mark Osborne also says the yellow screw could be replaced with a dress pin head and painted gold or used gold leaf. Yeah, that's true. Levi Otter says, sorry I'm late. Looks amazing. Well, yes, it does look amazing. It is amazing. And then Penelope's Pit Stop says, wow, that looks amazing from a foot away, let alone 2. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
Just going to say, though, the instructions have got it wrong because in the parts check, it lists them screws as gold, but in the instructions, they've marked them as yellow.
Right.
Oh, right.
Well, I mean, they definitely are. They are gold. They're not. They weren't yellow.
Yeah.
They are actually, you know, gold. Because I thought that when someone said, well, I've got yellow, and then someone said, well, I've got gold. So I thought, oh, is there a mix-up at Harshette or something?
Yeah. And then
but I'll be doing the same on the other side because I'm sure the other side will be the same.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to step 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so position the first strip 120D marked A164 vertically below the lower deck windows as shown, so that the screw holes are aligned with holes in panel 120A. Fix in place with 3 red NM screws circled.
Okay. Now on this one, the number's at the bottom.
Right.
So I don't know if that's because it's obviously it's because it is facing downwards, but it's the number's facing the bottom of the near the wheel arch. Okay.
Okay, so step 6 then. The 2 remaining strips, 120D, marked A164, fit vertically near the platform as shown. Check that screw holes are aligned and fix each strip in place with 3 red NM screws circled.
So the holes line up, and we'll check. And the numbers at the bottom again.
Okay. Do you want to catch up on the chat, Dave?
Yeah, we'll do. Mark Osborne says, I have some original full-size tees from the 1960s too. So you have the original London Transport transfer. Wow, 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 wow. And Mark Osborne says again, I also have had a full set of Shillibia transfers. Oh my goodness me! What, including the Rose Randall, Mark? The Rose Randalls are very rare, especially the rear ones, aren't they? And then Lucas 1945 says when wow, a full set of Shillibia transfers, that would be wonderful, especially the Rose Roundels.
I dread to think how much you pay for them now.
Oh.
Again, the numbers at the bottom. So
Okay, Steve.
Lines up again. So they're all the numbers at the bottom on these panels.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, there's a lot tonight, isn't there?
Yeah.
I'm sort of doing this, and all I can hear is just deadly silence.
Well, there's a few screws to do in step 7. So what we'll do is we'll read out step 7, and then just sort of take the heat off you a bit while we just talk about some other bits.
Okay.
Is that agreed, Dave?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. There's quite a few screws in step 7, so.
Yeah.
That's a bad screw, that one. I don't like that one.
You need to put it on the naughty step.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make a note of that.
Put it on the naughty step on the bus.
It just, I think the head was a bit distorted because even this good screwdriver, it just, I could feel it slipping. I thought,
Right.
oh, no, it's not a good one. Right, and that's
Okay.
that.
Okay, so step 7. Take strip 120G marked A169 and position it horizontally below the transport lettering as shown. Note that the angled end of the strip fits against the wheel arch trim strip 120H. Check that the screw holes are aligned and fix in place with 6 red NM screws. Strip 120I marked A171 fits near the lower edge of panel 120A. When screw holes are aligned, fix in place with 5 red NM screws.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
quite a big instruction. So while Steve is going to be doing that, we'll just find out where these strips, if the numbers are going to be at front again.
Okay, well, just obviously that one can only go on one way because it's the angled, and
Yeah.
the number is at the front.
Right. Okay.
And the one what's going down now is A167. Did you say?
Oh,
no.
Second.
Which one is it?
A1. There's
is it A171? Is the downward one?
yes, and A169 is the top one. Yeah, A171 is the bottom one, Steve.
It's the bottom one, right? So let's just see if that lines up.
Is the number at the front?
Yeah, just yeah, it lines up, and the numbers at the front as well.
Okay.
Jolly good. Right.
It just confused me because if you can see, the bead, there's another piece of beading to come down. So when I actually offered it up, it was short.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this was short here, and then I realised then there was another piece of beading to come down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jolly good. Right. Okay. Well, let's just move on to here for a minute then. So, while Steve was doing that, we'll take a little bit of a break and take the pressure off Steve a little bit by explaining that every one of us on here has our own channels. And so if you haven't already connected to our channels, there in the description down below, there is a link to all our channels, all our YouTube channels, and we do a great big mix of different things in our channels, and so there's lots to interest, many interests. And I think there's also a link to the hobby show somewhere, and then the Routemaster group, Facebook group too. So all that should be in the description down below of this video. And usually in the descriptions of all the videos that we belong to, whoever's on screen at that particular time will get a link down below in the description. And while I'm on with that, we'll bring up the chat again. And so Mark Osborne said the whole lot. My uncle worked in the paint and flammable store at Aldenham. Wow, that is fabulous. You had the whole lot of the transfers. Wow, that is incredible. And said Mark Osborne said lost them in a move 30 years ago, but still have a box of miscellaneous transfers. Wow. I'd like to see that box. I would. And so would a lot of other people, I would imagine. So, but what treasured memories that would be. So, Alex Demetrius, Steve, you're doing a great job, mate.
Thank you.
So, Alex is giving you some praise, which we all are, of course. And then we've got Izzy Harris. Well. Good evening from a freezing Johannesburg or Joburg. Building looks good. Hi to one and all. Hi to you, Izzy. And yeah, wrap up nice and warm there. I do believe it is a bit cold at the moment. My mother actually holidays quite frequently in South Africa. Up in Cape Town she does, and she's got many friends up that way, and she says it's actually cold up that way at the moment, which is quite surprising being South Africa. You'd think it'd be quite warm, but quite cold at this time of year apparently. So then we've got Lucas 1945, and he says, when Steve has finished this panel, this side, the bus is finished with the back and front. Sorry about my last text. Fat fingers pressed the wrong button. That always happens to me, Lucas 1945 too. So you're not alone in that one. And then Mark Osborne says, I also worked at Aldenham from 1980 to 83 when I moved to the garages, Watling district till 1998. Wow. So you have seen some Routemasters in action, and a lot of other vehicles as well. So Mark Osborne says 1978 till then I was an apprentice. Oh wow, fabulous. So being a mechanic's apprentice, was you in the garages? And then we've got Mark Knight. Hello, Mark Knight. I used to have a great aunt who lived in South Africa, also Johannesburg, and if I remember correctly, laughing out loud. Okay. There we go. So shall we go back to Steve, or is...
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's how quick Steve is. We go away for a couple of minutes and he's nearly done that step.
Yeah.
I've just got such a routine now with nails, numbers, the Harchette screwdriver for magnets, and then the whirrer to get the job done. Certainly can say I know every part of this model. Okay, them two are done.
Okay, Steve. So moving on to step 8. Fit strip 120F marked A166 vertically over the lower part of the seam between panels 119A and 120A. Fix in place with 3 red NM screws circled. Strip 120K marked A167 is positioned over the seam at the bottom of the side panels as shown. Fix in place with 2 red NM screws circled.
Right, so again, the numbers at the bottom.
Okay. So yeah, that bottom piece is that tiny little
Yeah,
strip.
the very tiny one, yeah.
Mm.
So Mark Osborne says it was an electrical. So electrical. And Mark Knight says, looking great there. I think it's just the back wheels that look better without the cats on. Yeah, that's quite a controversy about them, isn't there, Mark?
What, the dustbin lids?
Yeah. Have you decided what you're doing with yours yet, Geordie Dave? Your back wheels? Are you going to use them?
I'm using the things that you said.
You're going to use them caps, yeah.
You said there's some things that I'm going to use them.
Yeah.
I'm not putting them caps on.
No.
Actually, off more than them. Fell off this road somewhere. I can't believe 10 issues to go and we're finished.
Yeah.
Two of them are probably non-build issues because they've got two figures to put yet, haven't they?
Yeah. That's correct.
No, I've heard the conductor. I've heard the conductor. There's going to be a conductor, not a conductress.
I think there's a bit of controversy about that as well, but I think we'll come on to that when we've done the build and we'll have a chat about it.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories around this bus, isn't there?
Okay, so Matt Knight says dustbin lids, laughing out loud. Yeah, dustbin lids, or bin lids. Yeah, they didn't last long on the Routemasters actually. So then Mark Osborne says, I had also grill badges central for the country RM triangle, also the one that said Routemaster plus the enamel RT and RTL badges, central for the country again, and they also got lost in the move. Oh my days.
Okay,
So,
so that's done.
and you had the original bonnet bullseye. Wow.
Okay, Steve. So step 9 is strips 120E marked A172 are positioned vertically. Fit the first one in front of the wheel arch. Check that the screw holes are aligned with the holes in the panel 120A and fix in place with 4 red NM screws circled. Fit the second strip 120E down beside the platform opening and fix in place with 4 red NM screws.
Okay, so this one's aligned, and the numbers at the numbers at the bottom as well.
Right.
Right. Right. Okay. So Mike says the build has gone so quick, yet seems to have taken forever. Yeah, 2.5 years once it's finished. We always knew it would be 2.5 years. So Mark Osborne says missing mouldings. Yeah, I think it's missing a few mouldings around here, there, and everywhere, isn't it? The rain gutters and the odd bit of strip here, there, and everywhere. Izzy Harris says still no news from Hachette regarding our issues. Almost a year now and no supply. That is very, very sad. That's very sad indeed, Izzy. And it almost makes me want to think that, you know, I wish you could get it from somewhere else, you know, and get it shipped in, because obviously you guys out there, you're halfway through your build, aren't you? So it's so sad. And then Mark Knight says, "Could somebody please explain what Steve is doing?" Yeah, of course you can. He's actually putting panels and strips on the build, which is issue 120, and which means there's only 10 issues to go. So he's doing it as per the instructions, and he's using the Hachette screwdriver and a Wera screwdriver. And he's screwing obviously the panels on and the mouldings and the beadings on the side of the bus, on the near side of the bus. And a jolly good job he's making of it too.
So that's one done.
Okay.
And the other one goes on the back platform, does it? Yeah.
Yes.
Shoot that cocoa.
The same again, it's lined up and the numbers on the bottom.
It's funny, the instructions tonight, because previously it was telling us to obviously back strip by strip, but these last lot of instructions, it's been telling us to do like 2 strips at once.
Yeah.
So is it last week they were stretching the instructions out, and this week they're trying to hurry us up?
Yeah.
So Mark Osborne's also said that he's also noticed that the skate panels are not curved like the original book. They are curved slightly under, aren't they, on the original? And Izzy Harris says his last issue was issue 82. My goodness me, that is so sad. That's terrible. All we can do is just hope for the best, Izzy, and that you do actually get to finish it. And Mark Osborne says the front indicators, I'm thinking of using a fibre optic.
Okay, so that's done.
Okay, so step 10. Strip 120B marked A173 fits horizontally between the wheel arch and the platform. Note that the angle end fits against the wheel arch, fixed in place with 3 red NM screws. Finally, strip 120C marked A174 fits along the lower edge of the panel 120A. When screw holes are aligned, fix in place with 2 red NM screws.
Okay,
Oh,
so
blimey.
you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with this one because it's obviously it can only go one way, and the numbers at the front as well.
I bet you're glad you're not doing the instructions tonight, Dave.
Oh, long-winded, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now we've got to make sure this beading goes underneath the handrail as well. See that handrail there? It actually fits underneath it.
Yeah.
Right.
So then we've got chat from David Bassett. Hi, David Bassett. Good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late joining. Been in the days since the Wycombe Wanderers won promotion to the Championship for the first time in their 133-year history. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I actually saw you celebrating that one, David. Penny will know what that means to us, yes. Penny does know what that means to you, yes, because you both support the Wycombe Wanderers, don't you? And Mark Osborne says, hi Mark, long time no chat. That's obviously to Mark Knight. Sorry, I haven't been about missing the streams. Build is really popping along now, says David Bassett. Yes, absolutely, David. And we've got Horlicks. Hi, all. Hi, Horlicks.
Hi, Horlicks.
Hi, Horlicks.
Hi, Horlicks.
Hiya.
Matt Knight says, Penelope's pit stop. I still remember the hooded claw. Last Penelope pit stop. Lost. Yeah, the hooded claw. We are going up to say, we are going up. Yes. The chat's going crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's to Wycombe Wanderers, isn't it? Penelope's pit stop. We are going up. Say we are going up.
A little bit on it.
Mark Osborne says, I think I found something for the gutter plastic, a strip of plastic takeaway tray as a lit edge, and it's about the correct scale. Oh, wow. Chat's going so quick for me now, and it says, Horlicks, hey, great job, peeps. Miss you all. Miss you too, Horlicks. Hurry up back. Izzy Harris says, hi, Penny and Horlicks. There we go.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, and that is stage 120 or issue 120 complete, and we should have the finished views.
Wow.
Lovely.
Wow, wow, wow. Looks absolutely superb. Mind you, Steve's Gus looks better than the pictures on there.
Yeah, the pictures don't do it any justice.
No, they don't, do they?
So, coming in issue 121, we have another panel for the outside of the bus is supplied and fitted to the offside of the upper deck.
Wow. So that's starting on the other side then of the bus, the offside of the bus, on the upper deck. Wow.
It's like doing a restoration project, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is, Jolly Dave. Yeah, absolutely is.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Wow. What can I say? But if we go full screen on Steve, if I can find my cursor, there we go. Look at this. Look at this. This is superb. Absolutely fabulous. Wow. It just looks so real. And, you know, with what Steve has been doing to it as well, he's been putting special features on this bus. It's on a David Buckingham base that is modded. He's done several modifications to it, which I won't go into now because I'll let Steve explain what he's done to it in the past and in the future. And wow, it just looks so real, so complete, doesn't it?
Mm. Can I just ask, Steve, how did you attach them garage plates from last issue?
I glued them.
You glued them?
Yeah, I just put a little bit of glue. You can still wobble them because I've only put just a little bit on. You know, not really. I don't want the glue to go oozing out everywhere. So that they won't move. If you put your thumb at it and you grip them, they'll come off.
Right.
But they won't go off with someone like sneezing or a gust of wind. So
yeah. Okay. Wow.
So we've got lots of praise in the chat for you, Steve. Absolutely brilliant. It looks fabulous.
you said, it's like they're both done now, aren't they? The sides are done.
Yeah, look at that. That is fabulous. Really, really is. Really is. That is really good, people. That is really good. Didn't I say this was the best thing since sliced bread with these models? Didn't I say that in the first beginning? Didn't I say this is going to have a much wow factor about it? And it really has.
So have you got that sticker on properly now with the red ruler, Steve?
No, that's just blue tacked on because my aim is, because we've got a show coming up where Harshette will give us a sticker. I'm going to say, well, this is the Harshette one, but I'm going to put my own on. So I'm sort of leaving that one. My front ones, I actually got some transfers made, and they're water slide transfers, which I thought it was an interesting advert, which obviously I put a post on the Facebook group. Obviously got found out what the advert was about, which was basically the advert company wouldn't allow old adverts to sort of stand if once they paid up, the advert was ripped down, but if they had nothing to replace it with, it was sort of like an advert to make you think about adverts, as you say, eye-catching. So the Harshette are giving us a set for the front, but they're giving us nothing for the back. So when that issue comes, we'll be putting mine on the back of the vehicle. So obviously we've still got things to do on the build. But yeah, it's starting to look like, as you said, well, it is.
That reminds me of the front reminds me of Parliament. The eyes to the left.
Yeah, that's somebody else mentioned that. Yeah, then someone mentioned it was a pop concert somewhere. But two people came back and said it was definitely advertising space. It was the advert company who wouldn't let the adverts overrun.
Yeah.
And as I said, I've just updated my base as well with the sounds. There's a gentleman who's done an MP3, which is 3 minutes 59, which obviously I won't play all 3 minutes 59, but
Yeah.
I could just do the first part. So I've just put that on the Facebook group as a download. So obviously in the where I've got the little sound box, courtesy of Mark's idea.
Yeah.
So that's now fitted on the base. So it will play 3 minutes 59 seconds and then just keep going again. So I can actually walk away and just leave it playing all afternoon.
Wow.
But yeah, as I said, I think issue 123. I think we're going to because there's going to be no build that week. I think we're going to go into everybody's builds and mods. So I'll leave my mods at the moment. You can see Fleetwood's raised sidelight mod, which we've all done. But there's a few others I've done, which we'll go through when the time comes on that one, issue 123. But yeah, again, any questions anybody wants to know, just give us a shout.
Yeah, well, as you'll say, Steve, on build 1, 2, 3, we will be taking a lot more questions than answers, and we'll be looking at our buses and what have you, and looking at what we can and can't do to them. And so if anybody has got any suggestions of mods or anything for issue 1, 2, 3, which will obviously be in 3 weeks' time, then bring it to the show, and we'll gladly look at whatever mods might be able to do. In the meantime, we'll just refer you back to the chat, and the chat is very, very positive, Steve, about your bus, because it looks absolutely superb. So and I've just noticed that we've got Rise the Boy in there, and Rise the Boys actually did work on Routemasters. And David Bassett says, just fantastic, Steve. Penelope Pitstop says, yeah, you called it, Dave's there, you were right. Martin McFly says, must admit, Steve Earl's bus is the dog's knees, or something like that. Mark Knight says, Steve Earl looked great on the diorama. Christine says, fantastic job, Steve, looks brilliant. Dano Builds was supposed to put looks really good, autocorrect. That's okay, Dano, we always get autocorrect mixed up. And so lots and lots and lots of praise for your bus, Steve, because it's just fabulous.
Well, as I said, I'm open on any mods what I've done and I've picked up from other people. Or I'm hoping other people say, yeah, but I think I'll have a go at that. You know what I mean? It's, I started, like you said, just watching Paint with Henna. I never thought I'd be doing this.
Well, you are, and it's justified as well, Steve, because that is fabulous. Superb, mate, it really is.
So as you said, this will be going in once I get a display box for it. It's definitely going to go in the living room. It's got to be a talking point. It's not going to be hidden away in a modelling room or covered.
No.
It's got to be shown, this thing.
Yeah. Well, you've set a standard now, Steve, that we can only aspire to. That's all I can say. I just hope that, you know, my two builds, mine and Christine's builds, they end up as good as what yours is. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, mine's, they're just, as you said, they're just little ideas. Some have cost a few pence. Some have just been like absolutely, I've had lying around. And as you said, it's just to make it that, just to stand out in the crowd, I suppose. But I think everybody's model should stand out in the crowd, because everybody, there's people done more mods than I have.
Yeah.
The gentleman who's bonding his panels now and taking all the screw heads off.
Yeah.
As you said, there's other mods for the flashes at the front.
Yeah.
People's done further mods for inside, painting the frames, putting the silver ducting in.
Yeah.
I mean, where can you stop? I don't think you can stop.
No.
I think I've seen a guy he's super detailed all his A-frame at the front, his radiator within his engine.
Yeah.
You know. So, as you said, look, imagine if I could take every person's mod and build like a super Routemaster.
Yeah.
But as you said, it's I love it. It's a good bit. I was very worried when I first bought it. I thought, $199 and how much it's going to cost me. But you just have to keep going.
Yeah.
Just have to keep going, and it's as you said,
That's
the finishing line is very close now.
Yeah. Well, be proud, Steve, because that is wonderful. It's lovely. It really is. So, thank you ever so much for building tonight, Steve, because obviously without you building, we won't get to see this fabulous bus of yours.
I shall just turn my camera back to me.
Okay, and I'll go onto that one. And okay, so have we got anything else to discuss? Well, Geordie Dave, how are you?
Well, I'm fine. On a week's holiday.
You've got a week's holiday coming. Wow. So you've got to catch up, yeah? Catch up on your bus, yeah? So what issue did you say you're up to?
I'm starting the bottom panels.
Right, okay. And what we've got to tell people is that what a few people don't know is that Geordie Dave, you've actually got a YouTube channel now, haven't you?
Yep, I've got one film on buses around Newcastle. Little short film done with I took some photographs around Newcastle.
Okay.
Hopefully, when I'm on my holiday, I may get something else put up.
Yeah.
Watch this space. I'm going to try and get something done and put up. Got some other things in my mind, but I'm after getting before I'm after a decent camera for webcam.
Okay. To stream with, like, you know, to
yeah, I'm probably just doing the builds with, so I can use OBS, what Mark uses.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Instead of having to use my DSLR.
Yeah.
So an expensive camera, it's a big thing to pump about, and I don't want to trying to set it for recording.
Yeah. And I'm also interested, Dave, that you and me and a few others, like Steve and Adrian, of course, we've been here right from the very beginning with Penny's channel, haven't we? And you know, we've been watching with Penny right from number one. And you've been involved in the show. You've built the bus. You know, as a whole, do you think this is an iconic build, or just an average build, or just would you do it again? In other words, you know, would you choose to do it again?
Yes. because what I've done with it now, I may look at. I haven't done the mods like you. I haven't done that front mod. Mine's basically built out of the box, as you see.
Out the packet. Yeah.
So I'd probably look at doing some mods on it.
Right.
I love the ideas. I love what Steve's done with indicators at the front.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, it's brilliant.
I would probably then, if I did build again, I'd probably look at doing something like what you've done. Do you change the colour?
Right. Yeah. Could, and then you would obviously get
one red bus, so then I might look at something like green line or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, why not? Yeah. So,
on the green ones, didn't it?
I'm conscious that the chat's going crazy, and I'm not keeping up with the chat very good. So if I've missed your comment out, I'm sorry about that. But, we're obviously enthralled in the build of this wonderful bus.
It would be nice if they did bring another one out and it was green, but it would go. The two of them would go together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sort of all hoping, aren't we, that they will bring something else out. I mean, I've just glanced across to the chat there, an RT or an STL, or, for me personally, it would have to be something like a Bedford OB coach, or something iconic like that, which would be British,
If they ever brought out a PD2 or something like, or Region, AUC Regions, I would then be tempted to put it in the North East Newcastle colours.
Yeah. Which brings me nicely on to, I'm just going to quickly share my camera, and I'm going to quickly just put my webcam on, and it brings me nicely to my just two minutes of the show by saying this is the East Yorkshire one. It's my East Yorkshire one, and I'm just about ready to put the panels on, and I'm hoping you can still hear me all right, because the sound's going a bit funny, I think. So I'm just about ready to put the panels on, and I've got, I don't know whether you can see down here, but down here is where all the bits that I've painted ready to go on, and but there's lots and lots of little bits and pieces that I've actually got to put on, and as soon as I get them in, and then I'm back onto the panel wear. So it's about to be transformed something enormous. It's about to have its panels sorted, and once its panels are on, and then we can pick out the cream bands, and it's going to have 3 cream bands down the sides, and then it's going to have a white band right around the roof corners there. Okay, on the roof. So yeah, and then it'll really stand out from the crowd. But that's just a couple of minutes for me, and I'll exit. And I'll go back to my normal camera, and we'll see if anybody else wants to talk about anything else.
Well,
Matt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to say I apologise last week. Obviously, I was the host and I didn't read out the schedule for the week of the lives on YouTube. So I'm just apologising to everybody that I forgot to do that. I had a bit of obviously stressful because we were obviously doing the show and stuff like that. So that's my bad. But what I will do is I'll pass it on to Dave Say, and he can do the week's YouTube schedule.
Okay. So the week's YouTube schedule then, if I can put my teeth back in, is so we're Wednesday today, and Thursday tomorrow. So is there a Zoom chat, Adrian? Tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
I'll organise
okay.
yes one tomorrow, yes.
Okay, thank you. So there is a Routemaster Zoom chat at 7 p.m. Tomorrow night. And you will find that on the Routemaster group. It will be advertised on the Routemaster group. So if you've got any questions, quizzes, or anything else about tonight's build, or next week's build, or last week's build, please come along and get involved in that. And then Friday, are you doing anything Friday, Adrian?
I am doing Spitfire issues on Friday.
So Adrian's doing a Spitfire issue on Friday. Will it be issue number
12, 13?
I've decided not to do issue 11 on stream
right?
because I'm actually going to do it off stream basically. So it'll be
Okay.
issue 13 and 14.
Issue 13 and 14 on Friday night. Okay. So
Yes.
is there anything on Saturday? I don't think there is there, on the schedule.
Can you put anything out?
No, not at the moment.
And Sunday, what will it be on Sunday?
What?
Will it be Mark on Sunday? Yes.
Yeah, Spitfire Show issue 10.
So Mark's Mods channel will be the Spitfire Show issue 10. 8 o'clock, is it, Mark?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, as it normally is, 8 o'clock for everybody's channel that we normally go on. So that's Sunday. Monday, it will be Chris Davis, will it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Davis, I do believe, will be doing the Routemaster 74 and 75, was it?
Yes, I think so.
I think it's 74 and 75 was Chris Davis doing on Monday. Tuesday, was you going to do something special on Tuesday, Adrian?
I might be doing the next lot of Spitfire issues, the next ones basically after. So it might be 15 and 16.
Could be 15 and 16 next Tuesday. Okay, and then that brings us round to next Wednesday, the Routemaster show, and that will be on, it says at the bottom there, it'll be on Adrian's channel at 8 o'clock for issue 121. So, unless we've got anything else that's burning, any issues, then we'll start and close the show down, I think. I think we've done remarkably well tonight. It's nearly an hour and a half, and we've done remarkably well. I'm really pleased that you've been able to complete that build tonight, Steve, because it's been fabulous and showing you the full side of your bus there and then extra transfers as well. They look brilliant. The eyes have it. The eyes have it.
Which the guy who did the the side ones, is it Peter Curtin?
Peter Curtin, yes.
Yeah. He's contacted me. He likes the front one, and he asked me would I mind. So I think he's actually going to be making them for everybody else to purchase.
Oh, right. That will be fabulous. Yeah.
Hopefully, you'll have a chance to have the ones on your own on the front.
No,
that will be absolutely.
He asked me what was I okay with it, and I said that this is what the show's about, to pass ideas on. As you said,
caring and sharing.
Hopefully he'll put them on the group that they're available, but he did say he was going to go away and try to make some for his collection.
Yeah, smashing. That's wonderful. What was you saying, Johnny Dave?
I was just going to ask who the name of the person was, because I'm thinking of contacting myself, because I like the Pan-Am one and I like the SO one.
Yeah, Peter Curtin on the Facebook group. Yeah, on our Facebook group. Yeah, so on the Routemaster Facebook group, Peter Curtin. So it just leaves me to say then, thanks ever so much for joining us tonight. and we'll go around everybody. And thanks for all you've done for in the chat, because the chat's gone absolutely wild. And I think if I was reading it all out, I'd be reading it all out for the rest of the night. So I'll go around everybody, and everybody can then say their goodbyes. So I think we'll start with Adrian.
Thank you, Dave. Yes, good job for you, Dave, doing all the chat for us tonight. Makes a bit of a change, doesn't it, for you?
Yeah, it does. And then we'll go to Dave.
Good night, everybody. Another brilliant show. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up to this channel. And thanks for having us on.
Thank you, Dave. And we'll go to Mark.
So goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching the show. And yeah, stay safe.
And Steve.
Okay, so it's good night from me. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you. It's like a big world out there, and you said I've had quite a lot of comments now and ideas, and people's asked me to do stuff, and could you do this and show me that, which is all, that's exactly what I joined the group for, and great, it's great. I'm really chuffed with my model each week, even though it's a slow process. It's every time we do an issue, it's like, wow, we're getting there. So yeah, so good night from me, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you ever so much. So, and it's a good night from me. And once again, thank you. And thank you to the dream team on here as well. Adrian for sharing all the information on screen. Mark for reading the instructions and keeping me right, because Mark's good at that sort of thing. Steve for building, and we've had a fantastic build tonight. With Steve and his bus, and Geordie Dave for coming along and being a special guest on tonight's show. So it's a good night from me, and we'll see you next week for issue 121 on Adrian's channel at 8 o'clock. So goodbye now. And bye from us all.
Okay, bye. Bye.